Be strong. Haven't I commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid. Don't be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Okay, so here's a full set of toenails that I did along with the full set of nails for my client. This is a beautiful butterfly set with bling nails that I created, and of course you'll get to see her before and after photos. I am trained in working with clients with problem areas, problematic feet, and problematic fingernails. So what I am doing in this video is 100% okay. And so here you'll end up seeing how her feet were before. It just needed some tender loving care. And so that's what we ended up providing her service with, some tender loving care, giving her that nice, crisp, clean, fresh pedicure so she'll be able to wear her feet out. So here I'm going in with the cuticle pusher. I'm just going to push back all of her cuticles, and I'm going to prep her nails for her full set extensions. Here I'm going in with my cuticle ball bit, which is my cuticle cleaning bit, and this is very crucial in using for the nail prepping part of a full set. You definitely need to make sure that you're removing all of that dead skin from around that cuticle, so you won't have to worry about any lifting during the course of the wearing of the nails. So now I'm actually going in with a sanding band, and I'm just lightly etching over that entire nail just to remove any excess oils or anything off of that nail. Of course, like I said, anything extra added on that nail or left on that nail will cause that nail to lift eventually, if not the next day or so. So please make sure you're removing any excess oil or anything off of that nail before adding your acrylic. So here I've already added the tips to her nails. Of course I have videos on how to do this, so I didn't show that process in this video, but I am going to show you how I actually clip down the nail and file and shape it into a stiletto shape if I'm not using already pre-shaped nail tips. So here you're just going to see me go in with some straight nail clippers, and I'm going to angle them on each corner of each finger and create my stiletto shape. Now I'm not going to take it in too much, and I'm not going to try to perfect it too much because I'm going to do a lot of the crisping of the lines with my nail file. So of course you just want to kind of do a rough draft of clipping that nail into shape with the clippers, and you're going to clean up everything with the nail file, because if you end up trying to take too much off with the nail clipper, you're going to have the nail looking way too narrow or way too thin, and you're not going to have enough working space if you're actually wanting to put designs and things on the nails. So just keep in mind that when you're clipping nails, you do not have to perfect that shape with the nail clipper. Just kind of make sure you are getting an idea of what shape you're going to be doing. And then like I said, I'm going in with my file, and then that's when you're going to actually worry about cleaning it up and crisping those lines to perfection. Okay, I did want to add that even though you are going to be straightening those lines up on the side, those side walls, you do not want to actually go in and try to perfect those lines as crisp and clean if you are not experiencing laying your acrylic smoothly and without changing the shape of the nail, because when you apply acrylic, you can possibly change the shape of the nail altogether over again if you're not good at laying your acrylic. So if you are okay with laying your acrylic and not actually changing the complete shape of that nail, then you can go ahead and do it that way. But yeah, just be mindful that you can change the shape of your nails when laying your acrylic, so just keep that in mind. Now I'm just going to take my e-file again with my sanding band, and I'm going to go over that nail, and I'm just going to remove all of that shine that you see from the tip down to my nail bed, down to her nail beds, just so that the acrylic would be able to adhere with no problem. So now it's primer time. I am actually dehydrating the nails and applying my primer here. You want to make sure that you do this in doing any full set. Now, because I am using my nail products off of my website, www.drippretty.us, my monomer does not require primer. But I do have some clients that have problem with lifting from time to time, and that's just something they've experienced during the course of wearing nails. So in the case like that, even though my monomer, which is my nail liquid, it's called my drip juice on my website, even though it's primerless, which is optional to use a primer, I use a primer on those particular clients, because of course they most likely have oily nail beds, and that's just something that the body naturally produces. So in a case where you have a client that normally has oily nail beds or typically has lifting issues, then you want to make sure you go ahead and prime and dehydrate those nails thoroughly, even though you'll be using my particular monomer. Now, if your client doesn't have any lifting issues and or anything, then you do not have to use primer with my liquid option. So that's just something I just wanted to throw out there. But if you are not using, of course, my liquid, I'm not sure about others' liquid, then you want to make sure you are priming and dehydrating those nails. Now this particular set, it is I'm giving free range, so it is a freestyle set, but she did request that she wanted a pink and white set, so that's what we're doing. We're doing a pink and white, and I'm just going to actually end up putting on some butterflies and giving her some bling nails as well to fulfill this look. So yeah, just keep watching. Right now I'm just using a white, and when I'm doing ombre, I like to go halfway down the nail and a little past where the edge of the nail tip and her nail bed meets. I like to go down a little further past that, and so a little more than halfway down the nail, I like to put the actual color I'm going to leave at the top to actually ombre. So that could be any color, yellow, purple, green, blue, but here I'm using white. So like I said, I like to bring that color halfway, a little more than halfway down the nail bed, and then we'll continue with ombreing the rest of the nail from the cuticle area on up. So if you see as I'm doing, I'm just going to go ahead and apply that white to the tip of each of these nails, and then I'll go back in with my nail bed color, which is the pink that we're going to be using for this set. So just keep watching on how I do this. Okay, so now it's time for me to use my nail bed color, which is a very light pink. It's not sheer, but it's very opaque, and we're just going to use that to create this ombre. Now once you place it from the cuticle to that middle area, you're just going to lightly feather that into the rest of the nail, as you can see here. And you're not going to do this too thick. You're not going to worry about trying to get an apex of the nail or anything whenever applying colored acrylic or doing ombres. You're actually going to build the apex of that nail when you encapsulate it with your clear acrylic. So don't try to build the nail up with colored acrylics, because colored acrylics are only supposed to be used in thin layers like nail polish. So if you're actually one of those people who've been using colored acrylics and the nails become very bulky over time of you placing those different beads, it's because you're using the colored acrylic too thickly. So thin down your beads of colored acrylic, lay them like nail paint, and you shouldn't have any problem with blending that into the nail. So like I said, you place it, which you'll be placing near the cuticle area, and then you're going to lightly take the tip of your brush and you're going to just feather that into whatever color you used at the top for your ombre. So if you use yellow, you would ombre everything else into the yellow, and like I said, because we use white, we're actually just pulling everything into that white and blending it out, as you can see done here. So now that the ombre is complete, I'm just going back in and encapsulating everything in my liquid bandage acrylic, which you can find on my website, www.drippretty.us. I'm going to encapsulate all 10 fingers, and then we'll go in and file and buff the nails. So now it's time for me to go in with my barrel bit and actually seal those cuticles on all 10 fingers. This will prevent any lifting if you did happen to get any of the acrylic on the skin or too much in the cuticle area. So yes, like I said, this is my barrel bit, and it will do a great job with removing any extra acrylic from around that cuticle area, and it'll make it look real flush to the nail. So now that I have perfected the shape that I want, I'm just going in with my buffer and buffing those nails even smoother, and then we'll get ready to do the nail design. Now I'm just going to take my Mint Me Control Spray, which you can find on my website. I'm just going to spray hands down to remove any of that dust that's still left on the nails. And now we're going to proceed with the marbled nail design. So here you can see I'm getting out some different types of butterflies because we are going to incorporate some butterflies into her design. I have both of these butterflies that will be available on my website very soon. So just keep a lookout for that. They are ready to ship and stuff. I just have to add them to the website. Excuse me. So yeah, just keep a lookout for those to be uploaded to the site, as well as some other nail sticker decals that I have available. So she's decided to go with the white butterflies. These will be available on my site, like I said. And we're just going to use a pair of tweezers to grab those off. Like I said, they are stickers. So once you remove them from the actual paper, you just stick them in place onto the nail. Now make sure you are doing this before you apply any top coat or any type of anything else on the nail. Now this can be also used, this also can be used if you place them on the nail before you encapsulate. That way you don't have to worry about them coming off. But we're just going to stick them on the nails because they're not going to go anywhere. And then we're going to top coat them with my Revive No White top coat. So now we're just applying my Revive No White top coat, and we're going to cure those for 30 seconds in my LED lamp. And now it's time for the moment you all been waiting for. Well, the moment I've been waiting for, because designing the nails and applying rhinestone is my absolute favorite part of doing nails, I think, besides the shaping and just being creative. So yeah, I'm just using some gel adhesive that I use to place my stones, and I'm randomly going to use different color stones to incorporate into this design. Like I said, whenever you're doing bling nails, you want to make sure you're using a different variation of sizes and colors. That gives you a better looking bling nail. So that's what we are doing here, and we're only going to do that to the last two fingers on each one of her hands. And yeah, to learn how to do the stone placement, just keep watching. So once you've applied all your stones like I just finished, go ahead and cure that in your LED UV lamp for 1 minute and proceed to the next nail. Now, as I said before in other videos, whenever applying bling nails, you kind of want to make sure, if you're not experienced or advanced in doing stone placements and moving with a lot of speed, you want to make sure that you are flash curing in between, just so that your stones won't slide around, because it's possible that that could happen. But like I said, if this is something that you're used to doing, you probably won't have too much of a problem with it sliding around in your placement and stuff. But make sure you are flash curing if you are not experienced in stone placements and Of course, moving with speed when doing this because, like I said, your stones can shift. Now I'm just going back in with my Revive No White top coat, and I'm just going to finish up the nails with this. And watch how it just revive that nail to life. You'll see it adds all the shine that the nail is supposed to have. So yeah, y'all, this was a very simplistic yet very beautiful set that I've created. Like I said, she giving me free range to kind of do whatever. She just knows she wanted the pink and white set, and that's what she was given. So yeah, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions or comments about the design or any of the products I use, you can leave me a message down below. But yeah, you guys go check out my website, www.drippretty.us. And yeah, once I finish putting her top coat on, I'm just going to go in with my cuticle cough syrup, which is also on the website. That is my cuticle oil. You want to make sure you are applying cuticle oil back to those nails, because during your enhancement process, you can dry out your cuticle area. So yeah, you just want to make sure you place that cuticle oil on. And yeah, you guys, this is her completed set. So until next time, rate, comment, and subscribe.